Welcome, sinners, to another edition of Alan Moore's Porch. My name is Jay Partridge.
I am Matthew Turner.
So we're going to be talking about video games this edition.
Video games.
Something that we, the best babysitters. It teaches you all manner of life skills. How to throw hammers, how to jump over barrels, how to ingest psychotropic drugs,
how to pull people out of their vehicles, beat them to death, and steal their cars. Important life lessons. How
to take the money away from the hooker after you've solicited her services. All manner of amazing and Jesus Christ,
truly horrific childhood.
God damn it! Because I was starting to think about like some of the video games that I played, like just getting like Resident Evil. I played a shit ton of the Resident Evil games. A lot of the Grand Theft Autos. Splinter Cell, which was like the main conceit of that game, was just you drop from the shadows, cut people's throats.
Yeah. Like 90% of the game, you're hunched. You're like squatting and like sneaking around.
But before we get into all that, we have we're gonna try out a new bit, a new segment before we get into offerings of the Snake God. We're gonna give you stealing directly from David Letterman. Top 10 list.
We're gonna rob from the best.
Yeah, I mean it's really
we're not coming out here and doing
Golden Fleece. Like we're not doing
we're not doing jaywalking
headlines. We're not doing jeez, or those when he asks like retards questions, isn't that like they're not retards?
Hey, what's
not actual retards, but like because that would be entertaining.
No, he's like what's the capital of San Francisco? Or he's like, what's the capital of California? The state that everybody lives in. Is it Burbank?
Burbank?
What are you fucking retarded?
Look at this fucking jagoff! Like but he brings people on the show now. Like I saw a promo the other day because I can't tell you the last time I watched Jay. I think the last time I watched Jay Leno, Jeff Goldblum was on pimping Independence Day.
Bullshit!
Hand to God,
that's like 94. That was years
like
ago.
6 years old.
I watched the first episode when he stole it back from Conan.
I don't even
just to watch him burn. Just to watch how fast a man could fall. And guess what? He fell pretty fucking fast.
As soon as he started the monologue. But
it's great to be back here.
High-fiving everybody. Hey, look at my cars. I gotta figure it out. Nobody cares. Wow. We got you good, Jay. Two
nerds sitting in an apartment in Texas.
For like 20 minutes. Okay, well, what, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, before this...
Tangent one?
Yeah, before offerings of the Snake God, which I got a doozy coming around, but we're going to do top 10 lists. Matt came up with this idea that we're just going to do random top 10 lists at the beginning of every episode.
It's going to be top 5 because I don't want...
top 5.
I don't want to waste time.
Yeah.
It's going to be obscure top 5s. And today's obscure top 5 is fictional drugs.
Goody.
I've got... Here, I want to get these in the order that they're... the bottom of the list, number 5, we'll do the South Park when they're going to get canceled, and they have the
only reason it's at the bottom of the list is because we don't know what it's called.
We don't know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. It's like it's the Juicemex do it, and they're basically pouring out like purple.
It's like purple crystals, isn't?
And it's like purple coke. It's literally purple cocaine. And they're snorting. It's like, oh fuck, oh black, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you humans, you want some black? Like we just kept doing the Juicemex voice, and it wouldn't come. Never came out.
Number 2, I will say skooma. If you know Skyrim or the original Oblivion game, skooma is a drug. It was a drug in the first one, and now that it's in the new, in Skyrim, it's a little bit more socially accepted. Like, you can...
I wonder, was there like a Bob Marley of Skyrim that got it legalized? Was there some dude that just kept singing about it?
It could have been the, Khajiits, because they use the refined moon sugar to make skooma.
Nerd! Can't wait till I get these jokes.
Nobody fucking plays as a Khajiit. Nobody. Okay.
They're cat people? You said they're cat people?
Cat people run like the wind.
I stole my fucking gag.
Number 3 is going to be Nyborg from Heavy Metal.
Fucking great.
Literally, it's the
two aliens that are voiced by
Harold Ramis
and fuck me.
Oh yeah, man. I think it's Harold Ramis. I want to say John Candy.
No, because he's the robot in that.
He is. He's the robot.
Segment, he's the robot. Is it Al Franken? Can't be Al Franken. No. That's too good to be true.
But it's the reason this makes it into the list is because they have like the thing that you used to chalk that they used to use to chalk football fields.
Yeah,
and they're just
they blast
it all around the ship, and then they just go nosedive, and then they just they snort out like a mile of cocaine.
Sweet Jesus! If you've never seen Heavy Metal, go
do
fuck
yourself
a
favor.
It's incredible.
Number 2 is Substance D from Scanner Darkly.
Scanner Darkly. Only because it makes Rory Cochrane see it. The opening of Scanner Darkly is easily one of the greatest openings of a movie ever made. Because he keeps feeling bugs all over him. He catches one. It's like some sort of cicada. It's when he's calling Robert Downey Jr.'s character, and then like the narrator is like, so I forget the character's name, but he's like, so and so then saw a giant cicada standing at the foot of his bed, who began to read off a list of his evil deeds, and it shows the fucking bug in like an old judge's outfit with the fucking wig. And he just has a long scroll, and he's just talking about the horrible things that he's done in his life. That's the opening of the movie. Credits. Then they do opening credits.
It's been ages since I've
It's a really fucking good movie.
Number 2.
That was number 2, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
I think it was.
Yes, number 2. Number 1. Nuke from RoboCop 2.
Kane's flooding the streets of Detroit with Nuke. When we were
what's fucking you, Murphy? Kane is fucking me.
Ka-choo. When we started talking about this, we just kept we ended up having to Google this, but we kept just saying it was like Venom or Death or something. It's something very 80s.
Yeah.
And then we looked at Nuke.
Makes
directed by Irving Kershner, written by Frank Miller. It's been a very long time since I've seen. The only thing I remember about RoboCop 2 is he gets the machine gun arm in that one, right?
He gets. I remember that now. He get the thing that really sticks out to me. The one that God damn it, yes, Tom Noonan.
Yeah.
When they were torturing that cop, and they were like,
we quote this constantly,
and they're like. And he's like, you shouldn't have told us, that. He's like, I swear I'll never do it again. And he's like, okay. He's like, and we're going to make sure of that. And so they start, like, surgically cutting in, like, with a surgeon's tool, like, cutting into this cop while he's conscious. And they're like, Jesus Christ, do you think the kid should be here? He's like, why? And it's like, you said you were just going to scare him. He's like, doesn't he look scared? like passe, like...
Pay to the order of Tom Noonan?
Yeah, like they were... Like it was like, hey, did you clean out the car? Of course I cleaned out the car. Like it was that casual that he was like sitting there torturing.
When you hire Tom Noonan, you hire quality. All right, going into offering to the Snake God, I found a doozy today. Somebody tweeted this, and Neil Gaiman retweeted it on Twitter. The H.P. Lovecraft Bronze Bust Project on Kickstarter. What this is, basically, that a bunch of people in, it says, spearheaded by sculptor Brian Moore, the H.P. Lovecraft Bronze Bust Project is dedicated to the preservation and celebration of the famous author's literary legacy. Lovecraft's cosmic imagination has influenced every region of pop culture, including video games, comic books, music, and film. After years of hard work, the H.P. Lovecraft Bronze Bust Project has finally secured a location for a life-size bronze tribute to Lovecraft at the Providence Athenaeum Library, founded in 1753. And we are looking for fans and the public to raise the funds needed to place the bust there as a gift of public work on August August 22nd, 2013. Please back our project and help give the Dark Prince of Providence the bronze monument he so rightly deserves. Yes, he fucking does. This is something that I want to throw bags of money at.
While I think that it's that this is actually like a tremendous idea, like giving this tremendous author public resonance. Does anybody see the irony of putting a Lovecraft statue in the middle of the public?
Because the fact that he died penniless and unrecognized for his...
Well, that and the fact that he was a complete shut-in, like a blissful... I mean, like, he did love that city, so, I mean, I guess him being there would make sense, but...
Here's some things you get when you pledge money. You get a bunch of rewards. One is an H.P. Lovecraft Bronze Bust Project T-shirt. You also get a commemorative 12-inch version of said bust.
Okay, let me see. Is it a bust?
Yeah. It's him. It's his dour, long ass face. Gonna be in front of a library. I find that really awesome because it's a library that he apparently used constantly. Him and there's a this is a favorite reading spot of H.P. Lovecraft and his greatest source of inspiration, Edgar Allan Poe. It's a Greek revival building. Like, the building looks incredible, but just to have a fucking bronze bust of H.P. Lovecraft outside of this son of a bitch. You also get there are limited edition 9-inch Cthulhu pillar statues, little squids there. You can also get some of the H.P. Lovecraft collection the DVDs. You can get a Fear of the Unknown documentary poster. A bunch of prints. You get the biography of H.P. Lovecraft by S.T. Joshi, also autographed. Basically, just fucking, like, this is you get a bunch of cool shit. You can give money to something really amazing. This needs to happen. Kickstarter, I think, sometimes can be used by horrible human beings to fund ridiculous stuff, Zach Braff. But holy shit, come on. If you go to Kickstarter, search H.P. Lovecraft Bronze Bust, whatever I said before. Just go. I tweeted the link. It's there. You can give money to it. That's all. That one kind of took up everything. I didn't want to. I was so excited whenever I heard that. I had like 3 more and I forgot them.
I read. When you tweeted it, I read it and I was like, "Hey, that's awesome."
It's fucking great. And Lovecraft was one of my first big super obsessions, literary wise.
Yeah.
I'm sure we talked about him on the horror one like a lot, and
yeah,
we'll probably do a books one, or we probably talked about Reanimator a lot.
We just do a Reanimator show.
Do a Reanimator episode and just read Reanimator. What do you got? What do you got, buddy?
I really don't. Mine's on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. I've been watching a lot of IFC because
me too. They show amazing movies.
Because one, they show amazing movies uncut.
Yeah.
2, they've been showing Arrested Development.
Yeah, I've been watching a shit ton of Arrested Development.
And so I've been watching Arrested Development, and I've been seeing previews for Maron.
God damn it, that show looks hilarious.
Mark Maron's show, and it looks great.
He was on Harmontown a couple episodes ago, and he was talking about apparently Bobcat Goldthwait has directed a bunch of episodes of that show, which I was sold. My ass was in the seat, period, but Jesus Christ, Bobcat Goldthwait.
But no, like, every time I just see that show, it's like, the things that he's doing is just tremendously hilarious. Because, like, that one where he was like, yeah, can I get that over? He was getting at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, can I get that over ice? He's like, yeah, we don't do that. We feel that it compromises the flavor integrity, and so we don't put anything on it. So he's like, you're a drug dealer. You know that, right? He's like, I come here to buy drugs, and you give them to me. Don't demean me anymore.
The funniest part is that he's like, well, can I get you anything else? Yeah, a fucking cup of ice. And then it like cuts to him and Ken Jeong like doing a.
He's like, so
podcast.
what happened?
So everything worked out for. He's like, no, everything didn't work out. I still had to deal with that asshole. He's feeling superior to me.
I like when he just berates normal people in that episode.
Just unloads.
He's like, I've been on Conan 27 times. It's like, you don't even know who I am, do you?
I'm really looking forward to that show though, and the fact that IFC is now playing Arrested Development from the very beginning because of the movie coming out, it's reminding me how brilliant that fucking show is.
Oh yeah.
So, getting into the meat of the what Anthony Bourdain would call the money shot of it. He wouldn't call it that. Dumb. Edit it out. It's fucking stupid. I watched Anthony Bourdain today, so I decided I was going to make an Anthony Bourdain reference. That's fucking stupid. Keep me from doing shit like that. Like,
okay.
I want you to
need to get like taser.
Yeah, it's like, hey, fuck, stop it. Stop being hack.
It's like, in the words of Anthony Bourdain.
Blammo. It's just video games. I grew up playing video games. I've always played video games. I've always found them very entertaining and very cathartic. It's now getting to the point now where I've become one of those video game players. The guy that has to get everything and it has to
gotta get all the badges, gotta get all the quests.
I have to fucking complete it on the hardest difficulty level. I have to because it validates me as a person. I feel. I look at my achievements on the Xbox home screen, and I feel like a better person. And I
feel like a better person means he sits there, looks at all his badges, and jacks it.
Just
like, I fucking did all that.
Diamond. And that's the thing, is that I have yet to complete a game. I mean, I've beat games.
The completest that's never completed anything.
It bugs me so much that I still haven't fucking done it. But it's like I've beaten games, but I haven't gotten to the point where you get all of the achievements for one game and then it starts to rack it up on your player profile.
Yeah.
And you're like the game that the main game that you're going to talk about is Skyrim. Skyrim.
What are you?
I don't know. Like a fucking mushmouth. I got marble.
Did somebody hand you this in the green room before?
Yeah, like I'm going over a packet.
Skyrim. I believe it's
Oblivibranums.
Elbow. Is that how it's pronounced?
I just don't know how to pronounce that word.
Skyrim.
Skyrim. Okay.
Sky as in there's a big thing above us,
and then
and rim as in I'm going to give you a rim job.
I'm gonna lick it clean. But that's a game that I could never.
No, you can't.
I can't.
You can't start it because I've been playing it for a while. Mind you, I don't play it a lot. I play it a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I started it at one point when we still lived together. I started it, and I was like, "This, I can't fucking play this."
I think you started Oblivion. I think you started the first one.
Yes. I started that one.
Yeah, that one. I'm not. We're going to talk about what you talk about, and then I'll go on my Skyrim rant because it'll take a while.
Well, no, I just want I'm going to start just talking about other stuff. But I started that game. And I was like, I can't play this. If I play this, I'm just gonna.
And I've talked to a friend of mine's ex-husband. I don't know what that is, but I've
Paramore.
Jilted ex-housemate. Contractually. But I talked to him, and I talked about how I was, and this is back before Skyrim came out, and I was like, I'm super huge into. I was like, I play Oblivion, the Oblivion Crisis, and
because how many Oblivion games have there been before this newest one, before Skyrim?
See, I don't know. I know that there was the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, which is the one that I picked up on, but I don't know, and I don't really care.
I don't give a shit, per se.
But no, I don't. I mean, I enjoy those games, but I think having played the newer ones, it'd kind of be like playing the latest James Bond game. The one that just came out a year and a half ago, maybe.
The Legends? The one where it's all
No,
the movies?
No. It was after
Or the tie-in for
the tie-in. for Skyfall. The one that they made right before Skyfall was released. Mm-hmm. It'd be kind of like playing that game first and then go back. You know what? I want to play GoldenEye. It's not. I'm afraid it's not going to handle.
See, and
my harsh
I
comparison.
still fucking love GoldenEye because there are some games that to me
are timeless.
And GoldenEye is one of those.
See. And this is
one of the first multiplayer games that I played and didn't get called a nigger faggot every. I mean, I told everybody around me to suck my dick a lot, and like when you're, but just,
hey, can you come meet me? Where are you? I'm in that room. Just go to your left. No, you're the other left. Go. Okay, keep walking. Okay, there. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, and then you set off a bunch of. But like that's the game that kind of really. I figured the main game that I want to talk about, just because I just finished playing it and it blew my fucking mind apart. The Bioshock Infinite, the newest Bioshock game. Yeah. I know everybody and their dogs is probably talking about this game, but everybody and their dogs isn't me, and that's why it's important.
Important to you. Yeah, I get you.
Jesus Christ. It's the first game that I've played that's a first-person shooter, because more often than not, first-person shooters are just entertaining. Like, there's not really... They still haven't transcended into like an LA Noire or a Red Dead Redemption. Like those kind of games are super engrossing to me.
Yeah,
they're very well written. The lead character that you're playing is a fleshed out, very very thought out, engaging character.
It's a deep game.
Yeah, and like it tells you a compelling story from the very beginning, and it never kind of reminds you that you're playing a video game. Kind of, it never beats you over the head that you're playing.
You're just watching a movie that you can control parts of.
And it's incredible. Bioshock Infinite gave me that exact same experience like I had with those games in a completely new, visceral way, because you're shooting motherfuckers the whole game. Like it's just never fucking stops. With the closest game that I think could come. They come to it. Mushmouth.
Taser.
Yeah. The closest game that I can compare to it is the Half-Life games. Half-Life games are kind of in that same vein. There was a compelling story happening. Yeah. You kind of felt like you knew the character that you were playing, even though he didn't say anything. Ever, which is very off-putting to me. But it still gave you a really visceral, engaging experience. Bioshock Infinite takes that to a completely different level, because the character that you're playing is constantly interacting with the world around him. Like you play Booker DeWitt, who is a fully realized character, has dialogue, has yearnings, has desires, has apprehensions. He's self-loathing. Like he's a fully fucking realized character, and you just happen to be making him shoot everything in sight. And it's the only game that you've ever played where you're escorted. A lot of the game is an escort mission, but you don't want to rip your own dick off in the middle of it, because everybody loves escort missions, don't they? Because the other character that you interact with, Elizabeth, is another fully realized, fleshed out, yearning, wanting character.
Yeah.
And like the repertoire between the characters, like it feels like a fucking movie. Like you're just living a movie, and it gives you a really. The game experience itself is really fun and challenging, just because it forces you to adapt. Like, because you can only have two. You've played Bioshock before, yeah?
Yeah.
None of them.
We'll mention the fact that I don't play a lot of video, in which I kind of felt like a bastard for being part of this 2-man panel.
Yes, just the test audience isn't that deep, like you.
Because I enjoy video games, but I didn't grow up with video games, so my experience, like the first video game that I actually ever like seriously played, like as not as a kid, kind of fucking, because I had Mario when I was a kid,
right?
But then it broke or we lost it or something, and I didn't. And the next thing I got was like a year and a half, 2 years after the Xbox came out. I bought my friend's Xbox from him
Mm-hmm.
and played Halo. That was literally
Really?
like that. I started there, and I played Diablo on a computer.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That counts. That totally counts.
But like console,
Fucking love Diablo, by the way.
yes, I gobbled it up.
Sweet hard dick for Diablo.
I was so addicted that there was one day I remember I played from about 8 o'clock in the morning to about 3 o'clock the next night. And I sat there, and at one point it was Diablo 2. I was destroying Mephisto's soul stone at the Hellforge, and I had to get the hammer from the smith, Robert Smith
of the Cure.
And he was a beast. He was hard to kill, and I kept like, duh. You fight, run away, heal up, fight, run away, heal up, and I finally got, and I kept leaping out of this portal. Mm-hmm. I kept pulling myself out of this portal, back and forth, and finally I killed him, and he was standing directly on the portal. And every time I tried to click on the hammer to pick it up, it would just send me through. And I spent like 15 minutes trying to pick this fucking hammer up, and it got to the point where
fucked over by a glitch, like here.
I was like openly weeping. I was like crying because I was like, why can't I pick this fucking hammer up? I finally figured it out, but like I didn't. And I played games when I got the Xbox. Clearly, I started playing more games like that, but I didn't have a lot of money or easily accessible rental stuff. So, I remember I played Halo all the way through, like 3 or 4 times. And then I played The Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay.
That was a
phenomenal
gem.
game.
It's a fucking gem of a game.
Yeah, it was really great. And I moved in with a guy, and we started having a lot of gay sex. And then, no, I'm kidding.
Just dicking each other constantly.
He started playing a lot, and he was really into Tony Hawk.
See, I played the shit out of those
And
games.
see, I'm one of those guys that I really don't mind watching somebody play a video game.
Right.
Especially if they're good at it.
Right.
Especially the Tony Hawk games, because they're doing cool shit. It looks like the skater's doing cool shit.
Yeah.
And my friend actually has he's on one of the leaderboards still.
Jesus.
For, I forgot what it's called. It's when you pop the skateboard up and you just...
Ollie. Yeah.
You just ride
jump.
it. No.
Oh, no. I don't know.
It's that. It's what...
I tried to be a swinging dick, and I didn't.
You pop it up on the back, and you just ride. You just glide along. Well, he still holds one of the records because he did it for the longest. And,
yeah.
He juggled and did all kinds of weird shit. But,
see, the first game that I really fucking started getting super obsessed with was the Final Fantasy games. I played the PS out of the Final Fantasy games.
A friend of mine played the Final Fantasy games, and then he showed me the...
Like 7 through 10 were my fucking jam.
Because I know he started on 7, and like, it was one of those games that I watched him play. I watched him play 9 for about 15 minutes, and then I said, this is the most
It's
boring
really
shit.
boring. Like, this
is the most boring shit in the world. I'm going to go home.
I'm not...
Choose your attack.
Well, yeah, I can't play MMOs like online MMOs. It's the most boring fucking thing in the world to me. But I will play the absolute piss out of a console RPG. Like that was my bread and butter for like a while.
Yeah.
And I didn't get laid for like years. But no, I like those Resident Evil games. I was really super fucking into.
Yeah.
And it's a Diablo. I played the piss out of Diablo.
See, I played Diablo. I played StarCraft.
See, I'm not good at real-time strategy games. The only I
Oh, no.
tried playing the hell out of them.
No,
and I
okay.
wasn't
See,
good
this
at
is
them.
this is what happened when I played StarCraft. I got to the level. I forgot what. It was like one of your first missions, and it's basically like you have to fortify your defenses, and then wait. You have to wait an hour for help to come, and it's real time. Like it's an hour, and I was like, "This is the most boring shit ever."
Because you can't. Like I said, you're just sitting here with your thumb up your ass for the majority of the game. Like that's not fun to me.
I looked up cheats. And then I just started cheating like hell. The only thing I ever really cheated on, though, is that I would cheat. I would give myself a shitload of crystals and a shitload of gas. Because I needed those things to do the things that I wanted. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't... I'd have to have like 1,000 fucking refineries to get what I needed.
Yeah, and just like...
So, no, fuck that. So I cheated like that. But...
And some friends of mine were always really into the civilization games. Son of a bitch. Civilization games. The Novocaine that I injected into my tongue is finally
I think what it is that, and we were talking about this before. We were like, well, this show's probably going to get a little rough because the last two episodes we've recorded.
This is the first time we've been like
sober.
And it's terrible. I'm kidding.
Because the last two times, we still haven't released the last one that we recorded.
I don't know if I'm going to because
I kind of want to hear it though. Because what it was, we recorded in his shitbox trailer.
My former domicile,
right before it was quarantined by the state. And we were both on his bed because his living room was a war crime zone. And we were in his bed. And my hand to God, I had on a jacket, pants, a coat, and a scarf. And I could still see my breath.
Yeah, it was really cold.
It was cold as piss in that. And we were both shit drunk. Yeah, that was...
But Bioshock.
Bioshock Infinite.
Christ. But no, Bioshock... I like I said, I'm probably super late to the game just because it's everybody and their dogs has now beat it and now are talking about it. But holy shit, like I don't think I've ever played a better game until like now. Like I'm sure something will come out. Either the next Bioshock or something else will.
There's always something.
The new Grand Theft Auto is coming out soon, and I'm sure it'll be genius because Rockstar can't do any wrong. But like I don't talk about Skyrim because that's another game that really made a super huge splash whenever it was released.
And I think we're both late to the party because this game's been out a while.
Yeah.
But Skyrim, for the 3 people listening to this that don't know what Skyrim is, I'm assuming more than 3 people are listening. But Skyrim is, if you played the first Elder Scrolls Oblivion game, it's 400 years after that game.
Okay, so it still has continuity.
Yeah, it's basically like Scotland. Like Skyrim is the Scotland.
Like the opening of Highlander, Scotland, or
yeah. No, I mean it's a little bit like 20 years after Highlander.
Gotcha.
Scotland. I mean, because it's still pretty damn docile. Like it's super. Everybody's got a farm, you know. But it's basically the Imperials are there, and the Stormcloaks are like the rebels, and they don't want the Imperials there anymore.
Right.
Classic story. So the game starts with you like about to get your head chopped off, and you
now do you create a character or you okay.
No, yeah, you can create your own character, and that's the really cool thing about this game is that they react with your character.
Gotcha.
Like if you choose a female Nord, they'll be like, "Oh, well, hello." It's like Nord, you filthy or whatever, because you're in the Imperial. Everybody else loves Nords except for the Imperials.
Gotcha.
Because they're mostly the rebels. Like a Khajiit. I was a Briton. The first character that I had was a Briton.
Nice.
And as soon as I got off, the guy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry we have to do this." Like, he felt shitty about having to kill me. And I started a dark elf, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're probably a long way from your home." Like, I guess he's just a really sympathetic guy, no matter who you are.
The executioner's just really on your side.
No, the guy that's pulling you off. The executioner hates you. But right before you're about to get attacked, or right before you're about to get your head chopped off, a dragon comes and destroys the whole fucking castle.
Jesus.
And then you're basically on the run.
Mm-hmm.
And you find out that there's a dragonborn, which every time you kill a dragon, you absorb its soul.
Awesome.
And you're the dragonborn. So every time you kill a dragon, you'll absorb its soul. And you learn that the dragon's power you can use. Whenever you absorb like strength, and then you can use words that you learn as like, and they call them shouts.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically have the dragon's power.
Awesome. I gotta play the piss out of this game. It sounds amazing,
and that's just it. It's a super, super fun game, and I'm trying to remember. Let me look at my notes, because like I wanted to make sure that I stuck with whatever I was doing.
Because like you said, you can play this game forever.
Yeah,
like,
you can literally play it, because like I've secured the Stormcloaks.
Mm-hmm.
The Imperials are out. I've basically killed all the dragons. There's still dragons, but I've killed the king of them.
Right.
I've done all that, and I'm still, like, nowhere remotely close to being done. Weirdly enough, though, I just joined the Companions, like a fighters guild.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that was, like, one of the first things you're supposed to do. Because,
so you can do stuff out of order, like it's not a set story structure.
Oh no, because like I say, they're like, "Oh, if you look like a fighting sword, you should join the Companions." And I was as I was playing the game through the first time, I was like, "No, fuck you! I need to do this shit. It's more important." And so I sat there and like I kept hearing Companions. So I was like, "Oh shit, I haven't joined the Companions yet." And that's just it. I'm a really shit magician, and I'm a really shit thief. But I'm now head of the Mages Guild and the Thieves Guild. So it's kind of tailored to the gamer.
Right.
There was something else like... this is something I was going to mention. The really cool thing about... One of the cool things about this game is it gives you a hell of a lot of opportunities for some sweet, sweet kills. Like when you're attacking a dragon or you're attacking somebody,
mm-hmm.
and you start and you're about to deliver the kill shot.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in first person's perspective, which I always do because third person perspective always fucks with me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in first person perspective, it'll pull you out
and show you what you're doing.
And show you the sweet ass moves that you're doing.
Amazing.
One of the things that's pretty much a constant is he like, I don't know how but he basically runs around somebody, grabs them by the neck, and then forces his sword up like into their chest.
God damn it, that's awesome.
He, like when he was fighting a dragon, he like bam, bam, and then he like crawls up on top of the dragon and is just stabbing downward into this dragon's head.
So that's really cool. That's one of the strengths and weaknesses of Bioshock, is that to keep the gamer completely
engrossed
and off kilter. Like there are a bunch of like cutscenes of you just getting thrown off the floating city of Columbia, and you're just looking through Booker DeWitt's eyes. So it's like this weird Cloverfieldian bounce about, and it's really cool because it, like you said, it keeps you engrossed. But like, there's part of me wants there to be like a third person mode, so because I love third person mode.
Yeah,
that's how I play.
See,
I like seeing everything, because I just feel like first person sometimes limits me when you're not playing a shooter.
See, like, and that's the thing, like with Skyrim, is that you're not directly behind that person, you're slightly to the left and back.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, it's just... Oh, no. But the thing about the sweet-ass kills, and I've missed so many, and I'm so pissed, because every now and then you'll see pools of oil.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these pools of oil will burn because it's fucking oil.
Yeah.
and every now and then you'll see a little bitty lamp hanging above it.
So you can just shoot.
You can shoot the lamp, it'll fall, burn everybody in.
See, I always in Bioshock there's the same thing. Like there's these weird oil slicks or puddles of water that you can like shock with one of your vigors, plasmids.
I like how you said the first word, and then you're like, "Oh, just in case anybody doesn't know what I'm saying, I'll say another word that nobody knows what I'm saying."
It's the exact same shit from the other two games, except in the other two games they called them plasmids, and in this world they call them vigors. It's the exact same shit. They're like little pools of water that you could, like, people have been in there shooting at you. You could shock them, and then there's little oil slicks. You throw fire into them, they burn. And I always fucking miss them. It's just, you're so caught up in a gun battle that you're not, like, looking around going, like, oh, where's a puddle? It's kind of ridiculous. I wish I was better at it, because I'm sure that there's some guys out there that play these shooters that are fucking liquid death. Like, they know where everything is now.
I played, like I said, I played that. Something else that I wanted to mention. I think I mentioned it to you once before. Skyrim is incredibly racist. When I first walked into one of the major cities, there were these two black men, and they were talking with a guard who was white, and I barely caught the conversation, but it was basically like, y'all need to get out of here. It's like, y'all need to go back to where you came. You're not welcome here.
Jesus.
It's like, well, we're just looking for someone. He's like, well, that's just tough. You're just going to have to get out. We don't like your kind around here. Now get out. And then he left. And I was like, oh my God, that is the most racist shit I've ever seen in my life. Come to find out, they don't like, those men were hired assassins.
Gotcha. Not just darkies.
Not just black people. They don't like assassins.
Gotcha.
But they are incredibly racist towards dark elves.
Because you mentioned this, that it's a mainstay of the game.
Well, and because I don't know if it's mainstay of the game or it's a mainstay of the Stormcloak, the rebellion, because the Stormcloaks don't like they live in their own part of the city.
Gotcha.
Like they've
sectioned off.
They live over on like Dark Elf Luther King Boulevard. Like they
across the tracks, across the moats.
Yeah. Across 125th Street is where the Dark Elves must stay. But they're completely...
See, that's the thing about... But also, the flip side of that, Bioshock is just racist.
Yeah.
Like, the city of Columbia is this idealized American city on a hill. It's
only white people live.
It's a city on a hill. Like, the main bad guy, Zachary Comstock, has formed a religion around himself and George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin. And, like, there's a good portion of the game is about racial strife. Like there's and that's another thing, is that you're playing this game and you don't, never in a million years do you think it's going to become a civics lesson about because it's a lot
where
of
man went
a
wrong.
A lot of it's centered on, like, there's Wounded Knee plays a big part in the I'm trying to avoid spoilers for people who haven't played the game, because there's a bunch of doozies. But there's the Boxer Rebellion, the Wounded Knee, and when there's a section of the game where you have to go through the
Hall of Intolerance.
Basically, it's the Hall of Heroes, and you go through the Battle of Wounded Knee, and you go through the Boxer Rebellion, and fucking the displays are red-blooded red feathered Indians coming to steal your babies, and it shows. In the Boxer Rebellion, it shows the Yellow Menace, and they're just slant-eyed, just fucking old Green Hornet comics. It's horrible, and it makes you feel really terrible as a Caucasian person, because you're playing as a Caucasian person and you're having to save a Caucasian person against Caucasian people. But that's neither here nor there. But that's really interesting to me that both these games have a harsh racial element of well, not harsh in probably in
Yeah.
Skyrim's case, but like it's pronounced the entirety of Bioshock is like everyone's very afraid of black people, and they keep them segregated in another part of Colombia.
No, I was gonna say they're non sexist.
Yeah, that's good.
They're super progressive there, because like women fight alongside men fight. I mean,
Right.
They don't look at you differently because you're a woman. That being said, in that deep voice, I'm sure.
Yeah, like because that's one thing that I think is really cool about these games is that you can make any character
You can customize the shit out of it.
Yeah, and that's a component that I think is really awesome to me. I like games that have heavy RPG elements.
Yeah.
Because there's a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 has a really awesome RPG element to it.
Yeah.
And it's like an action RPG. And same Bioshock 2, it's a highly customizable thing, but you can't create characters.
See, I want to take because like the second character, it's weird. Like there's points where I don't understand why I'm getting aroused. Because like when I made the woman character, I made her sexy. I'm not gonna make a dog.
Like, give me something to look at. I gotta play this for hours.
But like, and then I play a little bit more in third person just so I can watch her kill people. And the other thing was that I thought the idea of being a vampire, because you can be a vampire in this game. Spoiler. The idea of being a vampire turned me on, and then the reality of it, like, shot my boner so far into my body.
Like you think it's like an Anne Ricean ideal, and what you get
and
is...
I mean, I didn't even think it was Anne Rice. Like, I kind of imagined just kind of how it was in the first game, because in the first game you had to feed. You had to bite motherfuckers. And your skin burned in the sunlight. Every time you stepped out into the sun, your health would just start to diminish. So you had to only travel at night.
Right.
So I mean, there were difficulties, and in this one you don't really suck their blood so much as you use the energy magical force and draw it out of them.
Right.
And they never really die. They just go, and they fall over. And it takes forever for them to, like, their health bar just goes, like, super slow when you're sucking their blood. Anywho.
Never has that sentence sounded more bored and distracted. You're sucking their blood and you fucking...
It takes forever.
You gotta do it all the time. It's the worst.
But it's... The real shitter about this, and I actually had to go back in the game. Like, I had to lose saved content to go back chapters in order to stay alive. Because if you let yourself become a level 4 vampire, it's like a level 4 or level 5, everyone will fucking kill you. Everyone will try to kill you. And I mean everybody. I walked into the city square not thinking anything, not really sure what had happened. And like everybody just started attacking me.
Because you're a creature of the night.
Because I'm a monster. And there was a little girl, and she had a little dagger, and she was stabbing my thigh.
See, that's because we when we were talking about this episode, we talked about this bit, and he was telling me about this in the game, and it reminded me of those Legacy of Kain games for PlayStation, and that was one of the big deals of or like Blood Rain. That's another thing about the Blood Rain games. That's a mainstay of those games, is that the fact that you're a vampire and you have to constantly be sucking blood, or else you're just gonna die. Your health meter is constantly going down because you're a vampire, and it makes those... God damn it, I've got the hiccups now. Now just
this is gonna be an interesting ass show now.
Episode. But no, games have always kind of been there for me.
Yeah.
And
well, and like I mean, like there's like the whole plethora of games that have come out now. Like they've got like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty.
See, and I still haven't played any of those.
I haven't either. I've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare like 4 or something over there.
Do you really?
Still haven't played it. You know why I haven't played it? Because I had Call of Duty back when they were actually doing
World War II.
When they were doing World War II.
Yeah. Those are awesome. Those are great games.
And I had a bad experience because I couldn't get past the first level because I didn't know who to shoot.
Nazis. The ones that look like Nazis.
No. This is the Pacific Rim. I was fighting Ching Chang Charlie, and I was like, because they were so far away too. Mm-hmm. Like as you're advancing, like your men are running up and their men are running this way, so everybody's
constantly
just
shooting.
And I'm like, where the fuck is it? And like the reality of that game got too much because every time you fired, your gun would go up. And so I'd have to constantly refocus. And
just frustrated, just throwing down your controller.
And I'm going to start playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare probably, just because, just see what
you probably need something, because even playing this, because right now I'm replaying LA Noire.
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
I've played, and that's just the thing, I need to stop. Because I'm kind of addicted to Skyrim because I play a lot. Every time I'm on the Xbox, I'm playing Skyrim.
Right.
But actually, because I played Dead Island.
Yeah, I enjoyed that too.
I played Dead Island a while back, but I want to try. The only thing I don't like about the Call of Duty, or like the whole behind Call of Duty now, and it's going to be something that I don't even consider because I don't give a shit, is the multiplayer. I don't care.
See, I've been kind of curious about some multiplayer games.
And see, that's just it. I don't want to play this game multiplayer unless I'm good at it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go online and then get teabagged by 12-year-olds.
Yeah,
hey, why don't you go home and play with your mom's toys, you fucking faggot? Like, I don't want to...
And there's some, like, the reason...
My threshold for being called a faggot by a 12-year-old is pretty fucking low.
And I want to get online with some of my games just because, like, the Left 4 Dead games would be really fun to play online. Yeah. And there's some games that you can get downloadable content and play. Like, LA Noire has a couple of downloadable content packages for more missions, and that's all. Like, that appeals. That's kid in a candy shop right there. Like that. Yeah. That's amazing.
More shit for your favorite candy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that sounds amazing to me.
What else was I was going to say something else? The the fact that I don't like playing with other people.
Yeah, and there are some games, like, when you were a kid, they were really, like, Double Dragon, like, those side-scrolling beat-em-up games are really fun to play on with other people. Yeah. But for the most part, like you said, it's...
Like,
I don't want to play a game if I'm shitty at it.
Well, and that's just it. Like, I'm pretty good at Halo. But you can't play online if you're pretty good at Halo.
Yeah.
You have to be fucking amazing if you want to play online at Halo. Because I would literally... spawning into Battleground 4, and it's like... Whoop.
Immediately.
And I was like, what the... And, like, I was like...
You have no chance.
And, like, I got online with a friend of mine, and then I was constantly getting told to get off because I had a bad server connection, and I was constantly getting kicked out of the game. And they're like, we're not going to be able to play this fucking game if you keep getting thrown out. And I was like, well, why don't I just play by myself?
And have fun.
And have fun and not get yelled at by my friends.
Not want to snap this fucking disc in half.
But like that whole genre is kind of... And I think like video games themselves have kind of... I don't know. Like, while they are advancing, you've got games like Bioshock Infinite, you've got Skyrim, you've got Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. I mean, even though I don't play it, I can recognize the sophisticated level of just awesome shit.
And there are certain games like a Bioshock or like a Skyrim that kind of take storytelling to another level. And same thing with like a lot of the Rockstar games do that really well too.
Yeah.
Like you forget that you're playing a video game. It's just an engrossing experience that you, like you said, like it's a movie you can control. It's something that gives you a more interactive experience than a 3D movie or something that you're just sitting down and watching. Yeah. And I
stood up the other day while I was playing Skyrim because I was just about to turn it off. Mm-hmm. And I stood up and was standing in front of my TV. I've got a pretty
playing.
I got a pretty big TV, and I was just playing right there, and I was like, "Oh my god, I don't know why, but this is so much cooler because I feel like I'm actually standing in this." But yeah, like, I don't know, like I'm interested in branching out now because I've
you started to play more. You've had a really good experience.
I haven't started to play more. I need to start playing more because, like I say, I'm more than addicted to Skyrim.
Right.
I need to stop.
You've started to recognize your problem. That's why
recognition is the first step.
Like I beat Bioshock. Like I bought it. I beat Bioshock, and then it opened up another mode. And there's a bunch of other achievements, and I was like, I gotta fucking step back. I need a palate cleanser. I need something.
Well, and that's another reason why I need to physically stop myself, is because the game will literally go on forever.
Yeah, you can just play. I can play.
I can keep playing, and like if I'm waiting for a finish, if I'm waiting for a big haha, I'm never gonna get it.
It's not happening.
So I need to go to a game that actually has a big haha at the end, where I can be like, okay, I'm finished. I can stop now. Like Halo.
Yeah.
You got to the end of Halo. You beat the fucking bad guys. Roll credits. Done.
And that's kind of why the appeal of a lot of these Rockstar games is that you finish the storyline, and it's this engrossing, really complete experience, and then you can go back and do all the side bullshit, and it's like that. That's amazing. Like, cause right now I'm playing through the story of LA Noire again, but still doing. I'm gonna make time to go through the free roam mode where you can you get everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's all that we've got. A couple of we asked for some emails and tweets. We got a tweet from TG Perez 81 Tommy Perez. If we do another video game episode, we need to have this motherfucker on because this is a guy that's a grand wizard of video gamery.
I mentioned to Mr. Partridge before we shot. I was like, and I've tweeted about it a couple of days ago. I was like, if we're really going to be legit with this gaming thing, we need to have him on.
Because there are a couple of I'd like to ask this motherfucker a couple of things too about some video games. He said, if you could play one game for the rest of your life, what would it be? Mine would be Skyrim because it takes the rest of your life to beat it.
Correct.
I don't like that's shit. One game just forever, like forever and ever and ever and ever.
And I've got one, and
what's because I think I've got one too because I didn't go through all of it to get everything, so it'd still kind of be a new experience for me. What's your Diablo? Because like you could just it's so fun and it's easy to pick up and there's a bunch of bullshit in it.
That's the thing because I played it and I was like, once I beat Diablo, it's like ha now you get to start over again.
Like, but does it save your character?
No. You literally start the game over.
Really?
Did you never finish it?
Yeah, I did, but I don't remember this.
Whenever you beat the game, you go right back to the very fucking beginning and play it again in nightmare mode.
Oh, okay. So it's a higher difficulty level.
It's a higher everything's harder. Like, even those little quill bastards, they're harder than fucking everything. And, like, everything's amped up to the character level that you are now. Mm-hmm. You go through regular, then you go through nightmare, then you go through hell.
Okay. See, I forgot that.
3 levels. And I got through the first act of Nightmare, and I was like, I can't fucking do this. This is killing
But does it start your character over from the beginning, or do you have the same...
You keep all your shit.
Okay.
But, like, you know, it's the same kind of effect. Like, if the Witch Queen hits you with a sword, and when you were at level 1, it took down, like, a third of your life. when she hits you with her sword in this game, it takes down a third of your fucking life.
Jesus.
Like, it's intense.
I honestly think it'd be Final Fantasy VIII. It's my favorite. It's my favorite Final Fantasy.
I like how neither one of our games are like newer games
at all. I mean, because like these other games, I'm gonna play forever, just because I find them really fun. But you know, Final Fantasy VIII, I think, would be mine just because I didn't get all the chocobos, I didn't get all the legendary weapons, I didn't like. There's a bunch of hidden bullshit that you can go through, but the story is something that I just will always really enjoy, and just how clunky the combat was, just how like it's nostalgic as fuck to me, and it's one game that I've always really really enjoyed. No emails. I just checked the emails. I don't think we got Of course we didn't.
We've been on a fucking hiatus for a while.
And now that I think we have a way that we can get these episodes out more so we can actually start building an audience. Because we'll start to get an audience and then they fuck off because we're not doing anything.
Yeah, we actually had like some avid listeners and then we dicked around and then
and then lost them. We betrayed their trust. So from everyone here at the Porch, this is Justin Partridge. I was about to just
sign off. Sign off without me.
Just go.
See,
I don't know.
We need booze. Next time we do this, we need liquor.
Just get good and lubed up so we don't give a shit what we're putting out. Now I'm just self-conscious about everything that I've said, and I'm just like, no one's gonna listen to
this.
So from everyone here at the Porch, this is Justin Partridge,
Matthew Turner,
signing off. We bid you a fond farewell.